It is no longer news that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has dissolved the third administration of IPOB, who the leader is Mazi Chika Edoziem. In the same way, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone ahead to form the fourth administration, whom the leader is Dr. Chris Nwogu. Now, for the past 2 days that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has formed this administration, a lot of things has been going on. Believe me, when I say a lot of things has been going on. In fact, as I speak to you now, the third administration, the one that he has dissolved, has come out to say laye, they no agree. In fact, they went ahead to say that they are suspending the director of Radio Biafra. That is to say that the third administration of IPOB is suspending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is the director. So a lot of things has been going on, and so I encourage you, Biafrans, to pray at this time, because we really need God intervention at this this hour, because a lot of things are going on. So please, I will allow you now to listen to the acceptance speech of Dr. Chris Nwogu, what he said and the way he planned to run this organization. So please do well to listen to him. Then you drop your comment in the comment section what to think about this, please.
Dear brothers and sisters, fellow patriots, and committed members of indigenous people of Biafra worldwide, it is with profound humility, a deep sense of responsibility and unwavering loyalty that I accept this sacred mandate bestowed upon me by Supreme Leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to serve as head of the fourth administration of Directorate of States of the indigenous people of Biafra. I accept this responsibility, fully conscious of the enormous sacrifices that have brought us to this moment, and mindful of the expectations of millions of Biafrans at home and abroad, who look to IPOB as the foremost vehicle for peaceful realization of their inalienable right to self-determination. First and foremost, I pay tribute to our Supreme Leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Though 3 years of persecutions, incarcerations, extraordinary renditions, and relentless pressures, he has remained steadfast in his conviction. He has neither compromised nor capitulated. His courage, his resilience, and unwavering commitment to the cause of Biafra continue to inspire millions across the world. On behalf of the global family of IPOB, I express our deepest gratitude to Onyendu, to all of those languishing in various prisons because of this cause, and to those who paid the supreme price in this sacred mission. Their sacrifice, courage, and unwavering commitment shall never be forgotten. History will record that when many faltered, he stood firm. When others doubted, he remained resolute. And when adversity came, he refused to surrender. The fourth administration of Directorate of States shall dedicate itself to urgent priorities entrusted to us by our leader and by our people. Our first and foremost immediate priorities remains the unconditional release of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all Biafran prisoners of conscience who are detained solely because of their beliefs, advocacy, or association with the cause of Biafra. Secondly, we shall intensify our diplomatic engagements across the international community, particularly in the United States of America, Europe, and Israel. where dedicated teams continue to work tirelessly to advance awareness of the Biafran question and to ensure support for justice, freedom, and self-determination. Thirdly, we reaffirm our commitments to the security and survival of our people. The indigenous people of Biafra cannot stand idly by while communities face growing insecurity. We shall continue to support all lawful effort aimed at protecting our ancestral homeland and ensuring that the tragedies witnessed elsewhere are never allowed to consume the land of our fathers. The most difficult challenge we have faced during the years of our leaders' incarceration has been the battle for public understanding. While we remain focused on the pursuit of justice and self-determination, hostile actors successfully propagated the false narrative that IPOB and the Eastern Security Network are connected to insecurity in our homeland. This deliberate misinformation campaign has done immense damage to public perceptions and has distracted attention from the real security threats confronting our people. One of the central missions of this administration shall therefore be to reclaim the narrative through facts, evidence, engagement, and consistent public advocacy. We shall devote significant time, energy, and resources to ensuring that our people and the wider world understand who we are, what we stand for, and why IPOB remains committed to peaceful self-determination, justice, and the protection of our ancestral homeland. As we embark upon this new chapter, we must also renew our commitment to discipline, unity, intellectual engagement. The time for internal distractions, needless controversies, and destructive divisions is over. The future we seek cannot be built through bitterness of personal attack. We shall engage every argument with reason, every challenges with facts, and every adversary with superior ideas and principled convictions. IPOB must always remain a movement distinguished not merely by passion, but by clarity of purpose, moral courage, and intellectual strength. We also welcome the growing conversation regarding the future of Igbo and the political destiny of our people. In this regard, we take up the challenge recently articulated by Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. IPOB shall remain at the forefront of any sincere and globally credible dialogue concerning the exploration of Igbo. We reaffirm our long-standing positions that a referendum remains the most democratic, peaceful, and internationally recognized mechanism through which the people can freely determine their political future. IPOB is not a movement of chaos. IPOB is a movement founded upon principles, ideas, justice, and peaceful self-determination. We believe that the freedom of Biafra represents not merely the liberation of one people, but advancement of freedom, dignity, and justice for all indigenous peoples trapped within the contradiction of the present Nigerian state. Freedom for Biafra is freedom for all. The complete composition of the fourth administration of the Directorate of State shall be formally unveiled in the upcoming days through Biafran Radio and other official IPOB communication platforms. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to the members of the third administration of the
something spectacular. That's you will tell your children about us and your children's children about us. You will tell your children, they will tell their own children about the story of the restoration of Biafra. You will. And then the world will learn from this very template that we're writing on how to fight for your freedom and get. Watch and see. We don't even touch them and they're crumbling. Spiritually, we have defeated them. Yoruba see us and they fall down. Because of the work that we are doing, do you know that Yoruba is now campaigning out on the streets of Lagos saying Igbo should go? Anything I open my mouth and utter, heaven bear me witness. I am telling you today, I don't write anything down on a piece of paper before I come on air. I don't research anything here. Words come into my mouth and I pronounce it. Anything I say comes to pass. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it sounds. Once I speak it, it's going to happen. Oh, Coach. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria is coming to an end, and we better hasten it because any day we stay in that country longer, our people will continue to die. Today, it is sounding like a remote story. Oh, 16 people tied up and killed in Borno. They are coming ever closer. A few of them went into Yoruba land because that is where they want to go to for. They want to breach that very area. Once they breach it, we are encircled and then they come after us and nobody will hear us. Now is the time for us to make hay while the sun is still shining. On this very day, we are reporting that Boko Haram killed another 16 people. When they say 16 people in Borno State, let us take a wild guess who those people are. They warned us they are going to kill us. And they are living up to their bidding and they are killing us. Nigeria, all the money that Nigeria is pumping and giving to them is not solving the problem. And to make matters worse, in case you want to run to Biafra land for refuge, which is why we said before, and we keep saying, that anything you are doing, you don't anchor it on truth, you are wasting your time. It is this lack of, or the absence of truth in Igbo land. That is why today we are reporting rather very sadly that some people were found dead. These are Igbo people. They are killing us in the north. They are deporting us from the west, even in our own place. That is why we need Biafra, championed by men of honor and integrity. When we tell people that anybody lying to you in the name of Biafra should not be entertained, these are the things you are talking about. Because if you allow evil an inch, it will consume you. To be built in a mountain, that very barrier should be built at the entrance into Biafra land in Idoma and in Igede. It should be built in Ogoja, not for Anambra State to fence itself in. As I told you, you listen to the Janjaweed, they have given you a new identity. Before we had Anambra and then Nuku, there was only one Anambra. What could have happened then? There is need for all the governors to coordinate their effort and treat the entire Biafra land as one unit, not all these sub-units created for us by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. It's preferable for us to see all the governors working together and securing the entire borders of Biafra land. Because if we stop them in Lower Benue, they cannot come into Anambra. If we stop them in a Wanke, pass through Bini and come into Biafra land. That is called foresightedness, to be able to anticipate, to have a reasonable sense of judgment. But they don't see very far. All they are bothered about is to loot. All they are bothered about is to serve their masters, their Janjaweed masters in the north. And the resultant effect is a very warped way of thinking and a badly executed policy. And those barriers must come down. Those barriers should be erected at the borders of Biafra land to allow people to bingle, to travel, to interact seamlessly in Biafra land. Very, very critical and very crucial. The truth is that Igbo people do not plan or think ahead. Only when it is marriage, when they want to contest for political office, or when they are expecting a container from abroad. I am saying this because I can see the effort that Professor Ejiofor is making of WIC in America to try to get our people to reason properly. These are the same people that said, if you plan ahead, you avoid every pitfall. The warnings kept coming that a disaster was about to unfold in our land. Every prophet said it. Everybody, if you have a manageable, tangible grasp of history, you should be able to know that what is happening now will inevitably come to pass. We foretold what is going on now. We anticipated it. We announced it to the hearing of the whole world. The entirety of humanity can bear us witness. Prophecy after prophecy, prediction after prediction. What did we do? Nothing. We were more interested in individual survivalism. There is that thing within us. Lack of cooperation. Because those who are piloting the affairs of Biafra are not my relatives. They are not my fathers. They are not my uncles. They are not my children. I have a business in Abuja. I have a business in Kaduna. I live in the USA. I live in Europe. I live in Asia. I live in Lagos. It doesn't concern me. It doesn't bother me. That level of destructive individualism is why we are in the mess we are in today more than any other people. It is down to a very deplorable and ugly trait in an Igbo person. Very, very ugly. And we must expunge it tonight. We must try as much as we can to remove this bad behavior from our system. It's terrible. That is the bane of an Igbo man. Selfishness to the point of destruction. Not just their own personal destruction, but the destruction of everybody. Had we not rushed back to the north immediately after the war, where people were struggling what to eat, there was no coordination, there was no planning. Those we are remembering this week, what they fought for, we frittered away more or less. We destroyed everything that they accomplished due to selfish man. The same thing that made it impossible after the war for some elders to rise up and go into Ijaw land as brothers and sisters to reconcile, knowing fully well the plan of the Fulani. It was incumbent upon them immediately after the war, should I say, in 1976, as soon as Ohanaeze was set up, it was incumbent upon them. I expected them to go into the hinterland, to go into the coastal region of Biafra land and say, we got some things wrong. How do we fix it? They never did it. Until I started that very effort in 1999. They didn't do it. Look at where we are today. Nobody knows. Your so-called leaders are hiding, doing conference call, doing Zoom, or is it Zoom? I don't know what they call it. When you require leadership, they are found wanting. But they will be the ones to rise up tomorrow morning and say, oh, we are the leaders. We are the leaders. They don't respect us. Some of you that grew outside Igbo land and don't know the meaning of respect. There is something we that grew up in the village, there's something called Okeni Beribe. If you don't know, ask your next door neighbor. Because some of you grew up in Lagos, in Abuja, in Wisconsin. Some of you grew up in Guangzhou, in China. Some of you grew up in the UK. You don't know how we grew up as children. You have no idea about our culture, our way of life. You wouldn't Okeni Beribe, nobody will respect you. Nobody. When you speak, people will laugh at you. Children will laugh and will make a mockery of you. because you're old for nothing.